Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night. For those that were looking for me last night, I had food poisoning, so let's just get that all out of the way. Oh, Raiders 07 knew about it. Thank you. I guess you watched the show last night. So yeah, I had food poisoning. Not fun. I got fed early and got rid of it. You know what I did notice though, and I'll show you this. But this is my mug here, right? Is that first off, I need a refill. So I might be going away from the show for a little bit and getting a refill. Now, I will say this. My doc, who wanted me to keep with the fluids and whatnot, I said, sure. I said, I'll go out and get some Gatorade. She's like, no. There's a lot of sugar in the Gatorade. But I like the Gatorade. So I said, well, I'll go out and get Pedialyte. So I did. I went out and got Pedialyte. But I also got Gatorade. So I'm making like a captain's concoction, which I'm chasing the Pedialyte with the Gatorade, so I have a little bit of each. But the one thing I found out when I looked at the bill, do you know how expensive Pedialyte is? Wow. Because I got Gatorade, it was like $2 for a big thing of Gatorade was like, I think it was like $1.89, right? Let's call it $2. For about the same quart or a little bit more of the Pedialyte, it was like $6.30. I'm like, wow. Okay, good. I did get some Gatorade Zero. Thank you for that, Ruben. I did get some Gatorade Zero, so I'll have to try to get. I didn't get the other stuff was like the Gatorade was different, but I had the one I'm drinking right now is Gatorade Zero. It's the orange because I like lemon lime, so I got like 2 lemon limes, and I got like the one orange, which is Gatorade Zero. But well, this is one of the better scenes. Because I'm actually watching 42. 42 is on the TV right now, and this is one of the better scenes where remember the guy that was like Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball, Steve the Pirate. Well, Steve the Pirate plays the Phillies manager in 42, and he is just a big old redneck. A big old redneck. And he plays it well. So that scene is on now where they're playing the Phillies, and the guy calls for a beanball right at Jackie's head, and Jackie isn't saying anything yet. Not saying anything yet because obviously the Phillies manager wanted to goad him into getting all pissed off. So, and he's just standing out. The Phillies manager, the redneck, is just standing outside the dugout, and so there's 2 beanballs thrown at Jackie Robinson. Now Eddie Stanky is on first base. I don't know how he got on, but Eddie Stanky is about ready in this night. It's going to be. Oh, I guess he didn't do it, but mark it. No, right, real short. Has very long fly ball out the left field. Just missed it by that much. But Eddie Stanky, who's also a Southerner, was on first base. And you'll see in this next scene, because I'm not going to give anything away, But Eddie Stenke goes up over and gets right in the face of the Phillies manager and basically tells him that that's all. But again, one of the better movies, 42. And because I was watching the Flyers game and they were losing. Flyers, I love the Flyers, but they can't figure out if they want to win or not. So there you go. There. Who else we got? Oh, Robert Blake. Beretta died. Okay. Acquitted of murder. Yeah. I'm sorry. He might have been acquitted, but the way I look at that case, he was guilty of sin. Allegedly. Since he's dead, I guess that people go after me would be a mistake. Matt says, "I hope you're feeling better." Thanks, Matt. I am. Unknown Raider guy, thank you. What do you think about our GM and McDaniels will do, and who will we get? It's the 9th of March. We just got through the combine, and I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lick of the combine. Not a lick. It's the underwear Olympics. It's the underwear Olympics. And the one thing that could have happened that probably did happen is that I saw, and I'm on record saying this as well, is that Anthony Richardson, who's the quarterback for the Gators, remember I'm a Gator. He just blew everybody away so well that he probably is going to go up the charts. He's going to be he's probably going to be a top 5 pick, if not the first pick. So that means that somebody that would not normally have been there will be pushed down to the 7th pick. Be pushed down to the 7th pick. And that's good for the Raiders. Willie Wayne says Mickey Kubitowski of the Little Rascals has died. You know that that's Robert Blake. Robert Blake was in the Little Rascals. If you're talking about the same person, yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, because Robert Blake started out as one of the Little Rascals. I'm glad number 4 got a team now. We won't have to at least see him. And yeah, that's what I said. And you know what? It's the thing that I said as well. If you want to talk about the former Raider quarterback, go right ahead tonight in the first hour. Because after 10 o'clock p.m. tonight, I really don't want to talk about him anymore. I really don't. Why? Because it's a former Raiders quarterback. You know who else is the former Raiders quarterback? Carson Palmer, the former Raiders quarterback. You know who else is the former Raiders quarterback? McCarron, who's in the XFL. He's a former Raiders quarterback. We don't talk about them. I don't care. Here's some stuff. Jets acquired Chuck Clark from the Ravens for a 7th-round pick. That's not bad. Seahawks released Gabe Jackson. He might make his way back here because Gruden's not coach anymore. It depends on if Gabe wants to be here. A linebacker and Braxton Berrios. Wow. Braxton Berrios, if that was the kid that I know, that was the kid that played for University of Miami. That's a hell of a decent receiver. Yeah, Robert Blake was making. I thought so. Sharif, a.k.a. Black Thanos. And Sharif, this is for you. If you didn't hear what I said, if you want to talk about Derek Dallas Carr, first hour of the show. So I don't want to talk about him anymore. I hope you don't want to talk about him. Here we go. Texans re-signed and safety MJ Stewart. Okay. Congrats to Matt Trout, Darren Waller each got married on the same day. Wow. So I know that Waller was what was her name? Plum. The Aces. She's a good looking lady. I'm here. We're going to trade up to get Richardson. John, God knows. I hope not. I hope not. I don't. I hope not. Bucks released Donovan Smith. He's a left tackle. Giants placed the franchise tag on Saquon. Yep. And then Danny Dimes no more. He's Danny Dollars. And then if you want to get Lamar Jackson, he's out there. But you know what? Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. Jared, good to see you. Jared, hopefully your phone's fixed because, again, you got to fix your phone. They will try to trade up the Arizona. I don't know. I said I don't want to trade up. I want to trade down. Trade down and get more picks. Trade down. More picks. Geno Smith was re-signed. Franchise signed Jacob. Yep. Frank Clark. Don't want him. Cowboys placed franchise tag on Tony Pollard. Yeah. If Frank Clark wasn't the headache that he would be somebody that might be somebody to go after. But no, that's my phone that's making all this out. We need Captain Jack in the GM role. Eddie Winchell and I can take over Mark Davis. Okay, Jared, you and Ed can fix that up. Should we get and right on cue? Should we get Frank Clark? I don't want Frank Clark because he is. If you're just talking pure football, sure, great pure football, but the guy has a screw loose. He's the guy that has issues with guns. Bud Dupree, Eric Kendricks. There's some more guys out there. Man, Carson Palmer set us back. Getting him was awful. You were better off with Jake. Yeah, and you know who to blame for that? Mr. Manicure, Pedicure, Mani-Pedi. And free agency, like I said, it's like, actually, I think today's the 9th, 10, 11, 12. I think on Monday is the 12th. That is like the first day of, like, you can. It's like there's a name for it. You can actually sign people in that period. It just can't be made official until the 15th. So that's what I'm thinking. That you're going to start seeing things happen on Monday. Cap, can I ask, do the Steelers make a splash in free agency? I know it's a reach. Yes. I don't know, Jared. Do they make a splash? I don't know. I think that it all depends upon, because the Steelers normally are pretty tight with their financials. Man, that's a lot of friggin' beef. Let me turn this off. Jeez, you listen to this all night long. Hang on. I didn't realize that my sound was on. There we go. You don't have to listen to my phone anymore. I'm sorry. Jaguars plays franchise in Evan Ingram. Okay. Jeff Barkwell, hey, good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you with. Just got off work. Caught the live finally. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, good to see you as well. So here's some more things, and I thank Ruben for putting all these up. Franchise tag on Deron Payne. So, yeah, he's not going to be gotten. Leonard Fournette and Marcus Mariota, bye-bye. Seahawks, Austin Blythe announced his retirement. Okay. Thinking Jacobs may sit out. I know he said he didn't want to give you. No, actually, Matt, I don't think so. Jacobs has said that if you provide him some help and support, he's all about it. And remember, the Raiders are going to pay him like what, 10-1, 10-4, 10,400,000 or $10,100,000. That's what the tag is. They'll play on that. Desert says he can't stand the Ohio State University. If Stroud is there at 7, we can't. Yeah, I think that if Stroud is there at 7, I agree. I think he's the only quarterback I would take at 7. And yeah, Jags, C.J. Beathard, that was a good match. Okay, let's see what else we got here. See, Rams released Bobby Wagner. That was expected. Colts signed Malik Turner. Lions signed Mac McCain. Let's see what we got here. I'm going through what tampering. That's right. That's what it is. It's the free tampering period. Thank you, there, Desert. There's a name. I was like, it's like you can tamper starting the 12th. So the guys that are re-signed, OBJ's holding a workout Friday. OBJ didn't sign with anybody this year, did he? Because remember, in the Super Bowl, he had the ACL, right? I don't recall him signing with anybody. So if he's having a workout on Friday, thank you for that information, by the way. OBJ might not be a bad, but we got to see how he's looking. Ruben with more information for us. Let's see. Zane Anderson, Blake Randall, Carreras, Tonga, Patriots release, Brian Ray. I don't care about that. Okay, by the way, Taylor Lewan, Titans, don't sign. Woods, maybe. Calvin Throckmorton, okay, Giants re-signed. Isaiah Hodgins, the contract. Cowboys re-signed Tristan Vizcaino. Jacob said he cooked as long as there are good quarterback coming in. I'm 99% sure Jacob's not. Yeah, that's what I said. He's not going to sit out. Steelers re-signed some people. Falcons re-signed Bengals. Yeah, I mean, it's who's available. Darryl Worley, didn't he play for us years ago? And again, there's thing. I firmly see. Here's the thing, and I've said this. God, I just lost my thought. What's that sound in the background? Is you guys hear a buzz? Is it a buzz? Is it a buzz? Okay. I turned off. What's that sound in the background? I'm going to put on the other speakers because they said there's a buzz. I have tinnitus, so I have like I have a buzzing in my ear, and it's in this ear. Sounds like a nail file. When I turned off my speaker, the one thing, did it go away? Yeah, okay. Because I turned off my Bose speaker. So again, that's the buzz. It's with the Bose speakers. Sounds like a faint maraca. Seriously, I have tinnitus, and it's like I have this constant ringing in my ear. So I can't hear that sound you guys are talking about. A faint maraca? I don't know. And by the way, I'm setting this up. Ed Winchell says that the Giants move on from Daniel Jones in 2 years. And by the way, thank you for Ed Winchell for going in on that. I guess as long as I'm not having a broadcast, that the Bose speakers doesn't have the hiss, but that's what I'm thinking. The one thing is that, and I know that Gabe's going to come on pretty soon talking about the Giants. I'd like Gabe to come on and Ed to come on because that's the two sides. Gabe is going to talk about Daniel Jones and Saquon, mostly about Daniel Jones. And then Ed's going to say that he thinks, and he just said it, he thinks that the Giants will probably move on in 2 years. I'm going to put the link up. And thanks there, Ruben. Yeah, hit the like button. Okay. Ed, do me a favor if you can. If you can't come on, I'm going to put the link up. I'm going to put the link up, and I want Ed to come on. I want Gabe to come on, and they'll be my first. Remember, if you want to come into the show, try to do it the first hour to hour and a half, because again, if we don't have nobody at the 90 minutes mark, I'm going to bed. Gabe will be here, John. Gabe will be here. There is the link. I put it up there. Where is it? There it is. There's the link. Yeah, he's there, John. He's there. Trust me, he said he was going to come in. So there's no problem there. But Gabe will come. Ed, see if you can come in as well. Hopefully, Ed, can you come in too? I'd like to hear Ed with Gabe. I know that Thanos is going to be here because he's already in the back. Okay. You guys got your cameras ready to go. I'm gonna grab Gabe. Sharif, I'm gonna. Oh. Okay, I'm not. Ed, try to come in. I'm gonna go to Black Thanos because Gabe backed out waiting on Ed. Hopefully we'll get Ed here. Well, I'm gonna start off with Black Thanos, and we'll go from there. Give me a sound check there, big guy.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I hope I'm okay tonight.
You're loud and clear, man. What's up?
Oh, well, thank you. The last few times I was striking out like Dave Pittman.
Yeah, and you sound still a little underwater, but hopefully it'll work out for you.
Wow, I guess I have to figure it out somehow. And this has just been a recent thing because I've told you a lot in the past.
Yeah. I mean, and trust me. No, Gabe, your camera's not working, so it doesn't matter if your camera's not working, just as long as we hear you on sound. Go ahead there, Sharif.
Anyway, Cap, the year is quickly going by. Believe it or not, we're almost at the middle of March. The draft will be here. I won't be able to make the party this year, but obviously a lot of people are still lamenting about the recent news by the Raiders. I've been like Noah, teaching for 40 days and 40 nights. It wasn't nothing. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse. That is the problem of New Orleans right now. I got enough trauma and bad memories from New Orleans last Halloween. So that issue, thankfully, is out. We finally got a coach who I'm not completely settled on, but he knows what he's doing and what he's doing. And the former quarterback was in a position where if he was here, he would have never done it. Because there was a level of personal interaction and fraternization that went beyond the typical coach and quarterback relationship, especially in the next 4 months. But I will remind those people who are upset and protesting, his last game against the Steelers, the most important game, he threw 3 interceptions. So I watched Montana stand on the sideline in the playoff game against the crying about it.
Sharif, I hate saying this, partner. I couldn't hear anything that you said, and I put on. I went from speaker to speaker. Even the speakers that you said has that buzzing sound because it's the best speakers I got, and it's yeah. And I was gonna see, and it's not just me. Thanos' mic is going in and out. Gabe was saying can't hear him that well. Matt was saying very hard to hear the audio. Do you have a? Is it a new phone or is it a new microphone for you?
No, it's the same phone. So I'm calling you through the app. I don't know, maybe if I should call you through something else, but
Yeah, I mean, but it's yeah. Desert Raider says you sound like a Charlie Brown teacher. Yeah, and I know you know wah wah wah. You know because again, and it's you were going a mile a minute, and I'm straining to hear what you say because I definitely wanted to hear you, but it's like I couldn't hear you at all, which is unfortunate.
yeah. Well, it's okay, Cat. I'm gonna try to figure it out, and I will catch you next time.
Yeah, man, and again, trust me, Sharif, it's not just me because I'm glad the other people say that they couldn't hear you as well because this way you can't say that I'm holding out on you.
No, no, I don't think so.
So
Okay, bro, we'll talk soon.
yeah, are you going to be at the draft in Kansas City?
No, I doubt it. I can't make it.
Okay. Well, I was going to say because there is going to be a fabulous, fabulous party on Friday night that the Elite Super fans are putting on. It's going to have entertainment. Tickets are the ticket prices. I'll have to get the prices out for that. But if you can come by, great. If not, we'll make sure that we meet up for some of the events as we can when you can.
Indeed.
And you be sure to take care again. I don't know. I don't know how. Jared can't fix his phone to come in. Okay. And then when you come in, and then it garbles in and out. And I'm glad that somebody is telling me it's not just me.
It's
Yeah.
weird, but I'll get back to you, Cat.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for coming in there, Sharif, aka Black Nano. It's always good hearing from you, brother. All right, that's Black Nanos. We are going to go to, and it came in right on cue. We're going to go to. Oh God, dude, you show me muscle. That's not muscle. That's not muscle. I got more muscle than Ed. Ed, you ought to see this. Gabe is trying to flex. Gabe is trying to flex. It's funny. It's funny. I got more than you and I'm going on 58 than you have on purpose. It's funny. But you keep going there, young whippersnapper. One of these days you'll one of these days you'll be able to be a man and show some muscle. But I wish Thanos' mic was working because
it literally sounded like wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, I know, and it sucks because I love hearing from Thanos. I love hearing from Thanos. But since since you were both very adamant about, and John Leon says that he loves to hear from the Giants fan, and then you got Ed Winchell who says that Danny Dollars is going to price himself out, and it's basically a 2-year at most because I think the Giants have an out after 2 years, right?
They can get out. It's more of an out after year 3, but they can get out of it after year 2 if they have to.
Okay.
There's no have to about it. He's got a 2-year guarantee. That's it.
He has money in year 3 guaranteed too.
Yeah, but they have the option. It's a 2-year guarantee, $82 million. So after 2 years, they can walk and say, thank you for your services. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
I don't think that will happen. All right, so let me ask you guys. What is Brian Dable's best trait, or what is he most well known for in this league? What is he most well known for?
Being the OC of the Bills from last year.
And doing what with the Buffalo Bills? What did he do? What did he develop there in Buffalo?
Well, he
Okay, you know, you guys are playing chicken with me. It's Josh Allen, all right? It's Josh Allen.
I'm not playing chicken with you.
Josh Allen would be where he is today with or without Brian Dable.
No, he wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be.
And why do you say he wouldn't?
Because look at his rookie year, and look how he got better in his second year.
I'll give Brian a little credit, but I still think Josh would be the quarterback he is today if he had anybody in that position. He's turned the Giants around. The Giants did Dable a favor by signing Jones for a 2-year, and it's a good move. I would have done the same thing. Give him 2 to prove himself. He's got to learn to throw more touchdowns than interceptions every year.
You can't say that because he threw the least amount of interceptions in the league this past year.
Yeah, that's because he played so little games. He
played all 17. He played all 17.
He only had 15 touchdowns. So he
had 22.
Throwing touchdowns I'm talking about.
Okay, all right.
Don't try to correct me. It's 15. We're talking about throwing.
Well, every touchdown counts, so 22 is every touchdown.
Okay. Are you saying he doesn't need improvement?
No, but everyone always points out how Lamar Jackson is so great in counts.
We're not talking about Jackson. We're talking about Jones.
Okay, well, shouldn't it go into the same effect?
Does Jones need to improve?
Did I ever say he didn't? Yes, he needs to improve.
This is the time to do it.
Yes.
If he doesn't do it, he's history. He'll be playing for Houston. But I think it's a good move for the Giants to give the guy a try. It'll be good for Dable, and we'll see what happens. Do I think he can do it? He hasn't shown in the past 2-3 years that he would be able to do it, so let's see.
Well, I see that's okay. So here's how I look at Daniel Jones's career. I'm going to break it down year by year. You got year 1. He has Pat Shurmur, the offensive-minded head coach, the only offensive-minded head coach he has had his whole career. That was his best year before this past year. He showed a lot of promise that year. It's just that he needs to cut down on the turnovers, as most of his career was characterized. He was overshadowed by the fumbles, interceptions, and that was his main problem. Then he goes into what?
And the self-tackle on the 10-yard line when he should have had another touchdown.
That's because he was going faster than Patrick Mahomes was, but yes.
He wasn't racing Patrick Mahomes. He was racing himself.
Okay, well, you know what? If okay. Well, they still scored, so oh well. And then next you have year 2 where Judge came in with Jason Garrett in this awful offensive scheme. And he just didn't look the same. Like he did improve, and it was just and I think he had injuries that year too. The injury bug started to hit him. It was just all in all like a disappointing season. Year 3, again, it was that year was terrible. Jason Garrett got fired after the Tampa game. We went 4-12. I never said I pointed out Josh Allen because Dable developed Josh Allen. He was his OC when he came in.
To a point. He helped in his progress. He did help in his progress, but I think that Josh Allen did most of that on his own by maturing each year. Okay. Now Dable was his guy.
Dable's calling the plays. Dable's calling the plays in practice. Dable's teaching him in practice, everything like that. So, yes, Dable had a part in Josh Allen's progression. There's no way you can't say he didn't.
We're not saying he didn't have a part.
No, I know. You're saying he didn't have the full part, and I get that. I'm just saying, but what I'm saying, I'll get to where Josh Allen and Dable get into this. But then you go into year 4 this year, you have a whole new coaching staff. I want to put it, Daniel Jones has had 3 different OCs in 4 years in the league. So, first of all, this kid has never had a consistent offensive scheme. He never has. So he's been dealt a terrible hand. He has never had anyone around him to help him out. I mean, the best receiver he's ever had around him is Golden Tate, literally. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's the best receiver. And that's the end of Golden Tate's career. That was the rear end. Then you go on to have he goes on to have this season of kind of like resurrection of Daniel Jones. Kind of like you kind of see where he actually shows the potential in an offensive scheme, and he didn't even have the best part about it is he didn't even have any wide receivers around him. His best receiver was Darius Slayton, who is probably more of a wide receiver 2, if anything, maybe a 3. So he never really had a wide receiver 1 this year, and the Giants were put in a position where, okay, you can give him a contract extension that protects you, like Ed, you were saying, where you can get out of it after 2 years. That's the protection of it, and then you can, or he lights it up, and I don't even think if he lights it up, I don't think that contract will even see year 4 or year 3. I think he'll get a longer term extension. But the Giants were put in the situation of you can give him an extension to spread out the cap, so you're not getting that. Everyone says, oh, they should have tagged him, but no, because it would have been a $33 million cap hit. And then we're right back to last year where we have no money to spend on a supporting cast around Daniel Jones to make him better.
Okay, let me ask a question. If they tagged him, it would have been $33 million?
Yes, and that's a straight up $33 million cap hit.
Okay, 33, but how much is he making per season?
How much? Oh, now? So it's like
41.
So yeah, the average is 41. But listen to me. This year the cap hit is 18 million. So so hypothetically, if the Giants tagged him, right? If the Giants tagged him and it was a $33 million cap hit this year, and then we go into next year, right? And then we go into next year. And next thing you know, he lights it up on the tag, and then we're having to pay him bank. Basically, we're gonna have to pay him bank. So
let me ask you. So they signed him to what, a four-year contract?
It's a 4-year contract with an official out.
Which the first 2 are guaranteed per
Yes.
head. It's at $41 million a piece.
It's a 2-year, $82 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah. So the official cap breakdown, right?
Let me ask you a question, Gabe. With everything you're saying, do you think Daniel Jones will be better next year?
I do, because this year, unlike last year, we have money to put a team around him. That's what I think the big difference is. Is this year, no one he didn't have any he didn't have that Stephon Diggs, he didn't have that Devontae Adams, he didn't have that Jamar Chase or a Tyreek Hill. He didn't have that. This year, Joe Sheen's
Barkley was there for all that. Those other teams don't have a Barkley.
He's a running back.
Yeah, but Barkley has done more scoring than your quarterback.
That's because we get in the red zone, and next thing you know, we're running it up the middle with Barkley. That's why.
I don't think Jones has the opportunity to be better with the way the cards are laid out on the table for the Giants. Do you think they're going to go into the playoffs next year?
What I will say is, you better admit if you're wrong. If you're wrong, you better.
Have I admitted when I'm wrong to you in the past?
That's true. You have. That's
and
true.
I will continue to do so.
All right, that's true. I'll give you that. But the other thing is that, to me, Brian Dable is not going to let him. Brian Dable wouldn't have said give him this contract if it wasn't for the fact that he sees something in him. He has the physical traits. He's shown that he has the physical traits. He's a great – he ran for like 800 yards this past year. And while the pass, I agree with you that the touchdowns need to grow, but a lot of this deal has to do with the potential of the future for him. That's what a lot of this deal has to do. And the reason this deal got done is because of people like a Derek Carr, who signed that ridiculous deal with the Saints, or a Deshaun Watson, or Kyler Murray.
Ridiculous contract for Carr.
What?
Carr's going to take them to the playoffs. Carr will be taking them to the NFC division record next year.
The NFC
Carr. The NFC South will go to Carr.
Okay.
So why is that ridiculous?
Well, because I don't think that will happen.
Do you know the other three?
Wait. Do you think he wins
Whoa,
his division?
They
hello.
will win the
Hello.
Carolina will win the
You guys can forget. You know what? I'm gonna mute Ed.
Oh my!
Dave, because when I say something, I can mute you because I wanted to make a point. You just said I'm gonna unmute you because again I have the power for that. I just want you to answer my question, Gabe. You said you don't think that the Saints are going to win the NFC South.
Oh no, he'll win the NFC South. No.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought he said he'll win the NFC.
Well, how is that a bad contract for Carr or the Saints?
Because the NFC South is a wreck.
Do you think Carr cares about? That's probably why he signed there and not the Jets.
Well, right, but like the reality is the NFC South is kind of a wreck.
Well, he's taking them to the playoffs.
Yes, he will take them to the playoffs.
The Saints will be in the playoffs because the Buccaneers sure as hell ain't going to be there. They don't got a quarterback. The Falcons ain't got a quarterback.
No one's got a quarterback.
Right.
Panthers don't have a quarterback, although that they're saying maybe Jimmy Garoppolo winds up there. I hope Jimmy Garoppolo winds up somewhere other than in Vegas.
And talking about that, Jones is the third best quarterback in the NFC East. Why is that? Because Washington has no quarterback.
Right.
You think interception leading?
I think Dak is a better quarterback, and I think that what's his name for Philadelphia is a better quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jalen Hurts is obviously a better quarterback, but I think Dak is just as incapable as Daniel Jones.
I think Daniel Jones needs to send Kirk Cousins a nice check for letting him win that playoff game, because that was one of the worst games that Cousins played all last year, that particular game.
Well, honestly, it doesn't matter because it's his fault.
No. But if Cousins had his act together that Sunday, would have been a totally different story. That doesn't matter. You're right. I think, as I said, it's a good move for New York.
Yep.
I think Dable will be able to, if anyone could help him. And I don't think they'll go in the playoffs. No, I'm sorry. If they do, I'll be very surprised.
Hold up. I'm gonna wait.
But
This is on YouTube. I'm gonna go back and screen record this whole thing. I'm gonna go back and screen record this whole thing because I want to have this on record. I'm not gonna lie. I want to have this on record.
You got it, Tonto.
Because first of all, I did this with. You can ask Washington fans. They said that the Giants would go like 4 wins this year, and I screenshot their little comments about it. Went right back to them when we made the playoffs, and they were silent. I do it to people. It's okay. It's not just you. It's not just you.
I appreciate that.
It's not just you. I promise.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
But no, I think the Giants were kind of in a position where, in a way, they were kind of forced to do the extension because the tag would have just put them in a bad position. It would have. They couldn't. If they tagged him, they wouldn't even be able to keep Barkley. So it would have put them in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
It would have put them in a bad position.
And I think Barkley is going to be a very unhappy soldier next year.
The tag is just a placeholder. They're gonna work on a deal. They're gonna work.
Why do you think that? They have no money.
They have money. No, they have plenty of money. They still have $40 million in cap.
And what about getting some receivers?
They're gonna draft one first round. You heard it here, folks. First round wide receiver.
Who they drafting?
Jordan Addison.
I'm gonna take this.
Okay. I mean, that's if he falls. I'm not saying that's, but I'm saying if he's there, that's who they're taking. Guarantee. If he's there.
I wish your team all the luck in the world. I want what's best for your team to do whatever it has to do to win. I think your only obstacle is going to be Dallas. So basically, go on, Jack. So I think it's between the Giants and Dallas. Philadelphia is only going to there's only 2 teams from the East that's going to go, I think. Yeah, between Philadelphia and the Giants. So, being that you're a Giant fan, I wish you luck. Listen, the Raiders need a lot of luck. So I don't mind wishing anybody else luck. I'm in a boatload of her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You guys will be fine. You'll have a
No,
good
we
draft.
won't. No, we won't. I appreciate your optimism.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gabe, we don't have a quarterback right now other than
Yeah, but come on, Jimmy G will be your savior.
Jimmy G.
I'm just kidding.
Jimmy. If we sign Jimmy G, he will be out for the season at the press conference with a hangnail. Okay, that's the way it is. Okay, I don't want Jimmy G. And
In his defense, anyone would have broke their foot on the play that he got sacked on that his foot broke. Anyone would have broke his foot.
It doesn't matter.
Talking about the Raiders quarterback,
Right.
it's a very interesting dilemma for Mark Davis to be in right now. If Davis is going to show Raider Nation, I'm committed to winning now, he will sell Carol his mom to get Jackson. If he passes on Jackson, he's primarily saying to everybody at Raider Nation, it's going to take 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, but the one
pull the trigger now.
And the one thing is that what Jackson wants is he wants a totally guaranteed contract, and I don't think anybody is going to give, because the Browns are the only people that are stupid enough. Stupid enough.
Yeah, but you can't compare Jackson to Watson.
No, what I'm saying, I'm not comparing the quarterbacks. I'm comparing what happened. The Browns are the only team that is stupid enough.
They set the table. They set the table.
I wish that Jacob would come back here, because I'd love to hear, Browns by Jacob, and his trials and tribulations of being a Browns fan. But the Browns are the only team that is stupid enough to give all that money in a fully guaranteed contract, and I don't think anybody is going to do that again for the foreseeable future with somebody that maybe is not named Manning.
Right.
And that's on his second contract after his initial rookie deal. Okay, I don't think anybody's going to be stupid enough to do that. And if Williams pans out, maybe they'll do something similar, but I don't even think that they would give Caleb Williams a fully guaranteed contract on his second contract, because it's just stupid what the Browns did.
Caleb Williams is going to be something special.
Yeah, but when Khalib comes out next year, he's not going to see the playoffs until his year 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I want the Raiders to win now. There's one quarterback available out there that they could do it, and not including Rodgers. I don't think Rodgers can do it, but I think Jackson is the ticket to winning now. If they're not going to pull it for Jackson, we're just going to be a 500 team next 3 or 4 years.
But so say you do trade for Jackson. So I believe you guys. That's going to take up
7th this year. We give up our 1st next year. Jackson will say to us probably, you got to fix the D. So what do we do? Which we should do anyways, and that's concentrate on the D all over the draft this year. We got like 11 picks.
Right,
you've
but
satisfied everything.
Then you're falling into the trap again of not having a 1st-round pick the next 2 years, because or you could trade, or you can send a trade in for him. That's another option, but you can just automatically get him if you give him a contract. Here's what I think the Ravens do. If you even give him a contract offer, I think the Ravens are going to match it anyway. I think that.
Then why did they sign him anyways to that amount?
To the non-exclusive?
They're waiting to see what the market dictates with him.
Right, but I think the fear around the league is that even if another team does the work of doing a contract and sending it to Lamar looks over it. If he likes it, I think, and he wants to accept it, the Ravens are just going to match it anyway.
Do you know why nobody wants to give Lamar a guaranteed contract?
Because it's too big of a risk.
He never plays a full season.
Right.
If he says to them, I will guarantee you 16, 17 games, if he has that attitude, they shouldn't have any problem. But it's obvious this year he tanked on 7 or 8 games. He just didn't want to play.
Yep.
I think if he was asked to do it with a big contract, he'll do it. He's only 25, 26 years old. And he can do it for the next 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah, but
Who else right now can do that in the NFL?
he's 26 and he has injury history. And he is a smallish, he's not real small, but he is a smallish in stature running quarterback that will get broken. But because his game is a dynamic run and gun, not run and shoot per se, but it's run and throw, and those quarterbacks are going to be injured because of the stature of what he is and what he will do. Everybody, including Michael Vick, including Cam Newton, including, and it hasn't happened yet, but it will for Josh Allen up in Buffalo, okay? And it hasn't quite happened to Mahomes, but his is coming. Quarterbacks that are kind of elusive and more runners, and Jackson is definitely more of a runner than any of those quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get hurt again. It's just you're playing with fire, you're playing with chance, and I don't want to give a quarterback of that stature, who is not accurate, by the way. Okay, if you're gonna draft a quarterback, right, that's inaccurate, okay, go ahead and draft Anthony Richardson because at least he's a tank, right? He's not accurate. And again, Jackson's not accurate either. But if you're going to do that, go ahead and draft Anthony Richardson. I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying I like Jackson, but I don't like him in the scheme that will play for the Raiders. He's not that guy.
I think Josh Jacobs' ticket to staying a Raider is Jackson. If they don't sign Jackson, I don't see Jacobs staying. Why would he stay? He wants to win now. Buffalo is looking for somebody. Kansas City's looking for somebody.
Yeah, but the thing is that
what a compliment Jackson would be with Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
Josh Jacobs doesn't have to sign his contract and he'll be out of here. See, that's what you're saying. Jacobs is signed for an exclusive franchise tag, not non-exclusive.
Non-exclusive, right.
Right. So he's either playing for the Raiders this year or he's not playing for anybody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that when all comes to go, he's going to play a year for the Raiders, and then he might walk after that. I think that the NFL changed its rules on exclusive franchise. I think you can only do it for 1 year. Okay, at most two, and I know for a fact you can't do it for 3 because I think that the quarterback that plays for the Vikings had it 2 years in a row, and that was it. That's
Cousins?
Cousins, yeah. He had the franchise tag for 2 years running, and they couldn't do it anymore. So I'm just saying that's the way it is. Jacobs will play here, or he's not going to play anywhere, and if he thinks he can walk away after a year, hey, he might do that.
To me, a head coach, and I'll leave it at this last information or last part. A head coach, owner's job is to get the best opportunity for the head coach, right? The best opportunity for Josh McDaniels is Lamar Jackson, and if Davis don't pull the trigger, he's not being a good owner that wants to win. If I was Davis, I would sell Carroll, whatever I need to do. And also, people saying you don't have the money. Raiders don't have the money. Today it came out that Mark Davis is worth over $2 billion. That guy can do anything he wants to do. And we have a huge cap allowance. So
we got $48 million in cap.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think if we get Jackson, we may lose Waller. But that's okay, because I think they'll want a first or second, Waller in there or something. But I don't think Waller is that important as much as Renfro. I think Renfro is much more important. There's a lot of wide receivers that got cut today.
Yeah.
Good ones, too.
Yeah. Berrios from the Jets is a damn good receiver. He played for UM.
Hopkins today said he's ready to leave.
Yeah.
What?
Hopkins with the Arizona Cardinals wants out.
He's gonna no, because he went on Pat McAfee and said like the opposite of that.
Nope, he is not happy with Minnie Mouse over there.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get cut. He's gonna get traded.
No, they're not. If he says to Arizona, I want out, they'll move him.
Okay.
So you can videotape that too, and we'll talk about it in a couple of minutes.
All right.
No, I'm not gonna video. Stop putting so much stock
I'm
into
playing with you, I'm playing with you, buddy. Listen, Gabe, good talking with you, buddy.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. I think that Daniel Jones was the only move. It was a safe move.
Yeah.
Gives him 2 years to perform. And if he does, you'll have a long-time quarterback. If he doesn't, maybe you'll get Caleb Williams next year.
Now we're setting it up for Archie or Arch Manning or whatever the Manning is in college right now. That's what we. Is it Arch Manning?
It's
Archie? Yeah, Archie Manning.
Arch
We
Manning.
set it up perfect.
Not Archie. It's Arch Manning, who is Cooper's kid.
Yes. Yeah, we
And I'd
set it up
rather have
perfectly.
Caleb than Manning any day of the week.
That's why the contract's only a 4-year deal or a 2-year deal. No, a 2-year deal. It's only a 2-year deal because we are drafting the next greatest Manning. I'm just kidding.
Hey, good chatting with you, my brother.
Ed, hey, Ed, thanks for coming in. And Gabe, I wanted you both in there because you had the dichotomy of the two sides of the giant issue. Gabe, best out the door.
Honestly, how the deal is structured for Daniel Jones, it's a good deal if you look at the actual numbers and the structure of it. Everyone always puts so much stock into the annual average per year. No one ever looks at the outs. No one ever looks at the cap hit year one. No one ever looks at stuff like that. There's ways the NFL cap can be manipulated so easily it's not even real. So
It's always being manipulated.
yeah, so don't
The cap is fiction.
yeah.
The cap is fiction.
Yeah, the
It-
Saints are
Another
like, what,
problem we have with Jackson is he has no agent.
Yeah.
So we've got to be very careful about that because with an agent, the agent can say, well, I'm shopping. I have a lot of players that are under my umbrella.
Yeah.
Jackson doesn't have that. So we got to be really careful about this tampering stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ed and Gabe, thanks again, Ed. And Ed, appreciate all that you're doing for me as well. Gabe, thanks for coming in as well. And I'm
You got it, shit, mate.
gonna move on. You guys,
See you later, Gabe.
See you, Ed.
All right, bud.
All right, that's Ed Winchell, and that's Gabe, and we got room for more. I said Jackson. I'm sorry. I know you guys think I'm smoking something. I can guarantee you, I've never smoked herb. Give me Jacoby Brissett and Garrett Stiff, and spend the rest of the money on offensive line if you're going to do anything offense, and defense. It's what you do. John Leon says that Arch Manning is going to choke. We'll see. Everybody's high on Caleb Williams, and we'll see what he has to say as well. Hey, Berendo, Ball Bomber, thank you for being here. Good to see you. I wanted to say thanks again to John being here and the Ball Bomber for being here. I hope if you smoke, Captain, it's only... No, I don't smoke anything, man. Never have, never will. I won't smoke. I never, and I've said this before on many occasions, not because I've always been a service brat. And then I've been in the military, and I've been a job for the military. I don't smoke. Not even cigarettes. But just the way it is. Now, one of these days, what movie is this? Oh, nonstop. Okay. All I can say is this: is that the original Total Recall. Okay, I'll put that one up. Squad. And I gotta find something. Fury, that's the tank movie. Yeah. Okay. I gotta find something to watch here. Zulu? Is that the original Zulu? Oh no, that's the remake. Because the original Zulu had Michael Caine, Kale's Navy. Oh God. See, I would have had Guardians of the Galaxy on, but it's already over. Oh my goodness, I gotta find something to watch. I think the hockey game is over. There's nothing on TV. There really is. There's really nothing on TV. This is cool. I guess. Well, here's the thing. Come into the show. Saints are setting up for Arch. Possibly, because Carr on a what? Carr's on what? What was? I don't care about his contract really, but they'll do something. Brenda looks like a sweat hog. Oh, saying, hey, Matt Marinovich, sir, it says that you look like who is Robert Hedges in the original Welcome Back, Kotter. He was Epstein. Epstein, yeah. If you ever watched the original Welcome Back, Kotter, he's saying that you resemble Epstein, who was Robert Hedges. Matt, do you have a brother named Mitch? Mitch Marinovich. I don't know. Matt, do you have a brother named Mitch? Mitch Marinovich. I don't know. Anyway, come into the show tonight. We got about another 20 minutes, 25 minutes. If you don't come in, I'm out of here at the 90-minute mark. We are at 104 as we speak. So come on in. We've had our piece. Welcome Back, Carter was my teacher in high school. The guy who played Cotter. Who was that? Oh my God, what was his name? Welcome Back, Cotter. It's Kotter. I can't remember his name. So the guy who played and what was his name? Let me see here. I can't remember his name. Welcome Back, Cotter. And Gabe Kaplan. Gabe Kaplan was your teacher? That's cool. Gabe Kaplan? Yeah. Wow, now that's cool having Gabe Kaplan as your teacher. I used to watch Welcome Back, Kotter all the time. Yeah, Gabe Kaplan. Yeah, that's cool. Berenda, whereabouts? Where were you? Where was your teacher, or where was your high school? If I can ask. Yeah, Gabe Kaplan. I used to like watching that show. I remember that they would always he would always do like the vaudeville jokes for his wife. What was her name? Yeah, Marcia Strassman. Yeah, Marcia Strassman was the wife, and he would always do the like the vaudeville jokes. It was funny. Los Angeles Unified. Okay, cool. That's cool. I was gonna say the principal for Ed Winchell was NFL referee Jim Tunney. So Jim Tunney was the principal at his school in L.A. Jim Tunney. And you're saying that Gabe Kaplan was your Los Angeles Unified School District? Is it Narbonne? That's cool. Maybe one of these days you can get Gabe Kaplan on. But again, I used to love the show. The beginning, actually, like I said, the very start other than a couple commercials of John Revolting. Yeah, I said it correctly, John Revolting. But yeah, he did some commercials, but then he got Welcome Back Kotter and went back from there. Come into the show tonight. Like I said, we're talking Welcome Back. We talk about whatever, man. Gabe Kaplan is your teacher. That's cool. That's cool. Come into the show. Because otherwise, we're gonna. I mean, I'm literally trying to find something to watch on TV. Sixth grade, Mr. Grade was my teacher. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals on defense. Mr. Green. Don't recall. You have to get his first name there, Ruben. Mr. Green. There's a movie on now. It's nonstop. Liam Neeson. It's just on. I don't. It's the only thing it's on right now. Who did I have? Is there anybody that I mean, I can always say that the my high school was famous in the fact that Delta Burke, who was on that show, was it the Southern Belle show? Delta Burke went to my high school, not at the same time, several years earlier, and that the chick that killed her kid in Orlando, I can't remember her name. She went to my high school too. So there was Delta Burke, then it was me, and then it was Lee Casey, Anthony Casey. Yeah, Designing Women. Yeah. Delta Burke was on Designing Women. Who was the chick that killed her kid in Orlando? Casey Anthony. I got it before anybody said that. Casey Anthony went to my high school, not with me, obviously, but Casey Anthony. So Delta Burke, Captain Jack, and Casey Anthony. So there it is. Hey, Positive Philly's going to be on. That's good because, again, I like to have people come into the show. Paz, you're going to be on. What's
Captain
going
Jack,
on?
how you doing? Good, how you doing?
I'm good. What's up?
Not much. I'm just, it's been a month, since the Super Bowl, so, I'm over that now. We're in the off season. It's honestly not looking good for the Eagles. It's not looking like we're going to bring back a lot of our veterans or a lot of, players that had a role this year. We didn't do anything with the franchise tag. Unfortunately, it's looking like C.J. Gardner-Johnson's going to be leaving, which, I was hoping we could bring him back on like maybe a 1 or 2 year deal. Sanders as well. I'm hearing Cox and Hargrave are going to go, but I think there's going to be a few guys we bring back. I'm wondering if we're going to pay Hurts. If so, how much are we going to have to pay him? So it should be an interesting offseason for my Philadelphia Eagles, Captain Jack. What do you think? What do you think about your guy going to the Saints? Talk to me about that. And who do you want at quarterback next year for the Raiders?
It's a good thing you're talking about it now because after tonight, I don't ever want to talk about him again. I don't ever want to talk about him again. Phil Spector and Michael Jackson's brother went to Fairfax in Los Angeles. Bo Derek went to Narbonne. Okay. And Gabe is throwing this in your face. I'm going to have to put it up here for you. Philly's losing all the players they tried to use to buy a Super Bowl, but hey, at least they got there. At least they got there. That now now I'm surprised that they didn't put a tag on Hargraves.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick anybody to re-sign, it would probably have to be C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I mean, we didn't get to see that guy's full potential this year. He was out for a few games, and I really want to bring him back, but it's really looking like they're not going to. I mean, can they still sign guys? Yes. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens Tuesday. But if we do lose some guys, I definitely want to improve that defense. We have a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator. I'm sure they got some stuff up their sleeve that we don't know about yet. But like you say, there were some good guys on this defense that I don't want to get rid of.
Now, talk to me about your new OC and your new DC, because I heard that, by the way, that the Eagles, it was on one of the things that the guy that they did not want to promote to DC and Sirianni did not get along, and then, bam, he's gone.
Who are you talking about? The linebackers coach?
Yeah, it was one of the coaches that they did not want to promote to defensive coordinator, and it said that they left amicably, but it's all a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't put a name to that. But our new offense coordinator is Brian Johnson. He was the quarterback's coach, so you have to believe that he's had a good connection with Jalen Hurts being the quarterback coach. So him and Jalen Hurts should have a good connection. We know Jalen and Sirianni already have a good connection. And then the defensive coordinator
was the OC down in Florida, so he's going to be a good OC.
Right. And then the defense coordinator is Sean Desi, however you say his name. He is the assistant head coach from Seattle. So
okay.
We'll see how he
Seattle defensive guy. I mean,
how he does with the defense.
Yeah, with Pete Carroll. What is his scheme? Is it 3-4 or 4-3?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll have to. So now you said that you're going to lose Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Unfortunately, it looks like that way.
Yeah, and I think the Raiders were one of the people that they said allegedly that was going to be in on.
If you get him, take good care of him. He's a good guy, good athlete.
No.
But
yeah, it's like I've heard nothing but positive things about him. And but again, I think if the Raiders want anybody, I think that they would want to get Hargraves, your defensive lineman, the guy that was practically just unstoppable during the season.
Yeah. Who are you hoping to have at quarterback, Captain Jag? You got a lot of guys out there. You got Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. Who's it going to be under center?
We'll see. I mean, I think the only quarterback that I would take at 7 is Stroud. And if he starts to fall, I think somebody will jump up in front of the Raiders to grab him. What
about Will Levis?
No, I'm not a big fan of Levis. I mean,
AR-15? AR-15? A lot of people are talking about that guy.
No. I'm on record. No AR-15. The guy's going to be a beast, but he cannot throw consistently. He cannot throw consistently.
What would be your reaction if you got Carson Wentz?
Why would we want Carson Wentz?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't see Carson Wentz coming here. Why? No, I don't see Carson Wentz. Like I said, the person that the Raiders get is probably going to be a guy that is a system guy that either has worked in the system before, a la Jacoby Brissett, or Jimmy Garoppolo, because they've worked in the system before, or McDaniels thinks the system would be good for them, and that there has maybe somebody that they had their eyes on a couple years ago before they went to get them.
Rodgers, maybe.
That they can put into that system. So
would you be mad if they got Rodgers?
No, I don't want Aaron Rodgers. Why do I want to spend a bunch of money on an old quarterback? I don't want no Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, I know, Captain Raider. I'm just saying that's probably what might happen. I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want Aaron Rodgers.
Who do you want? You sound like you don't want anybody.
I really don't. I want Jacoby Brissett, and I want Derek.
Those are backups, though, Captain Jack.
No, but Rich Gannon was a backup. And he won an NFL MVP award.
Those guys aren't winning MVP awards.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you give somebody the opportunity, okay, They can provide. They can do well for you. Okay.
I think it's going to be somebody you didn't expect to be the quarterback.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Like I said, I was told that the Raiders are looking at.
Do you have inside sources, Captain Jack?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have inside sources with the team?
No, I have a somebody that knows somebody within the Raider organization say that the Raiders are looking at the kid from Stanford as their pick in the second round.
Oh. Do you know? Will you watch? Do you watch any March Madness? That starts next week.
Oh yeah, I like to watch March Madness. That's probably the only time I like to watch basketball is March Madness for sure because the games are exciting and it's and I don't do brackets. I don't give a crap about brackets. I know that that's one of those things like, hey, who busts your bracket? I don't care. I just like watching the games because that is all of your playoffs all in one fell swoop, man, for like 2 weeks. Those are your games. And I even, if I can, I'll even watch NIT if I'm bored. But I will watch it.
And I'm on spring break for my college this week, so it's pretty nice that I get to, go after lunch those 2 days and watch the games.
Yeah. See, Captain Raider agrees with me. Brissett and a draft pick would work.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see what they have up their sleeve. What do you think about the Phillies? I know you. How was those 2 games they went to? They're looking pretty good already.
The first game I went to, they just whooped up on the Jays, and the last game I went to last Sunday, the Jays just whooped up on them. It was like 16-4. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Listen, it don't matter though. But I'm ready. I'm excited for Trey Turner. We'll see what he has.
Oh, Turner! Every game I've seen Trey Turner, he has been dynamic. Batting at least 500 in the games I've seen him, and in fact, Trey Turner got on base. It was like a single that stretched into a double on an error, and then Schwarber came up, and bam, it was 2-0, and then the Phillies stopped scoring after that. That's the game that they lost 16-4.
Yeah, he needs to lead off.
Yeah, Turner's wonderful.
I mean, if he leads off, I can see us getting a home run in almost every game to start off the games. Like, he's great position to lead off at.
We'll find out. But like I said, I'm really happy with Turner. I was talking with a guy. The guy was behind me, and I saw that he was within the Phillies organization. And I said, hey, Harper comes back around May, right? He goes, no, Harper comes back around the All-Star break. So that's July. So we're not going to have Harper until July.
We're good without him.
Yeah, I think so. But I think that it'll as long as we don't lose another big bat, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Best out the door because I got Ruben in here and I know he wants to say something without cussing. Give me your best out the door there, Paz.
I don't got much for you, Captain Jack. Baseball season's right around the corner, and we have NFL free agency starting this Tuesday. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what shapes up in, the world of football this week, because I feel like a lot's going to change. You guys are going to be getting your franchise guy, and there's still a lot of big-name quarterbacks out there who are looking for a new home next season. So we'll see what happens, and always a pleasure talking to you, Captain Jack. You have a good one.
Always fun talking to you as well, partner. And like I said, continue to do well in school, man.
Of course. Peace.
All right. There you go. That's positive, Philly. And again, Ruben, I remember, it's Roku. It's Roku. And please, Ruben, don't try to overtalk me. Okay? I hate putting the mute button on. I really do. I hate it. Because it's like I try to be like I'm a bully. I need to get words in. I need to get words in edgewise. So I don't like to put in the mute. So we're gonna Jack Kenna, I'm feeling better. We're gonna be joined by Ruben, and then we also have Raphael is coming in after Ruben. Okay, Ruben, what's up with you, punter, on this Thursday night? What's going on?
All right, they already won that award tonight. You got 2 of them at one time.
I'm trying to get words in. It's like nobody's listening to me. And I'm
That
like,
was funny though. I saw that coming.
it's like you. It's like, listen, somebody
Yeah.
please listen to me.
Now, let's get into the quarterback thing real quick. Because we're not going to talk about him no more. It's time for the nation to move on. Get good while you can. It's unfortunate here we had a decent defense. That's the way it goes when we got the owner that we have. So if you guys wanted Rodgers, okay, fine, we get him. They make the playoffs. Maybe they make the Super Bowl, maybe they don't. But then you have him for only that one season, maybe two, and that's what you want. You don't want somebody long term. Why would you go after him?
That's why I said I want somebody long term, and I want a good quarterback.
We can get him, Bobby, but what would it cost you? And then you let go of Carr. You got all that money, and you're not going to spend none of it on defense. You're going to go after a quarterback. Well, hell, if you're going to do that, you should have just kept Carr there, and then go get the defense.
But they don't want Carr. By the way, get closer. Get closer to the microphone.
Yeah, you're right. They don't. The coach don't want him, so that ain't going to happen. And I was reading something about CJ. The kid's special. Why would you not go after him if you can get him? I don't know if you could get him, but if you could, why wouldn't you?
Who'd you say, Jackson?
No, CJ Stroud.
Oh, Stroud. Stroud,
Kid out of Ohio.
Stroud is the only kid that I would take at the 7th pick if he drops.
Yeah, I read the thing about the combine. They said he put on a hell of a performance out there, throwing the ball and doing whatever he does. And I wish I was there to see it for myself, other than just read what the reporters write. And okay, what else is going on besides that with the QB situation? I think the Jets got him locked up. So as much as you want Rodgers, it ain't happening unless Mark's going to throw a lot of money at him like he did Gruden. That ain't happening. The Jets had a meeting with them. He's either staying in Green Bay or he's going to New York. That's how I look at it with his situation.
I think he's going to go to New York because I think
I do too.
Already, he knows Green Bay doesn't want him back.
Yeah, they might. But look at the situation with Lamar Jackson, okay? They put a non-disclosure tag on him. That's like an insult, okay, honestly. But, hey, they did what they have to do. And, well, because they did that, now it's going to test the market. Let's see who wants it. What other team out there going to want and take a chance on Jackson? Will it be us? Will it be like 2-3 other teams? Somebody's going to want to go after him, or at least, try to test the waters. Before we're going to start hearing the rumors of who wants him and who don't.
Well, see, and here's the thing. If you go after Jackson, I'm not signing Jackson to a totally guaranteed contract.
No, you don't do that. Now with that knee.
Lamar, if we think you're going to be the savior here for the Raiders, I think you're going to be that quarterback for us.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed. Not guaranteed.
Tariq made a good point, and I agree with him because I said it in the comments. If you got a mobile quarterback like Lamar Jackson, and you got, the lead rusher for the NFL this season, Josh Jacobs, you know what that'll do for the defense? It scares the shit out of them. They won't know when he runs it, throws it, and we got both of them in the backfield. They'd be playing college football back there with all those plays if McDaniels wasn't, use them correctly. Kind of like how the Eagles did all season, how they were so good with the quarterback sneak. The other teams could never stop it. That's why certain plays, like in the Super Bowl, when they were short yards, why would they do that? Why would they throw the ball when the Chiefs didn't have an answer for it? So on certain downs, they didn't do it. They throw it. They end up messing up. They'll have to punt it now. Kansas City didn't have an answer for that quarterback sneak, but nobody else in the league did either. And why do you stop running a play that works? For instance, we all played high school football or out in the street or whatever. You keep running the same play till they can stop me. If I keep running the ball to the left and you can't stop it to the left, why am I going to throw to the right? You guys haven't shown me you can stop the play. So you keep running it. So what? It might be boring, but you do what works. And if that's what works to get the victory, then do it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make no sense. It's just like when on defense, when they keep running the same defense to stop the offense. If you can do that and get away with it because they're not changing anything, why are you going to change it? If you're going to keep blitzing them or you play the nickel, or you played either 3-4 or 4-3. You know, but these coaches, like you even said to yourself, Captain, one time or a few times, in in the shows, that sometimes they overcoach, they overthink, they
Yeah.
they overdo it, and it's simple with the call, what to do, but they don't do that. They're doing too much.
Yeah. But I mean, I honestly, firmly believe, and call me a sucker, but like I said, give me Jarrett Stidham and Jacoby Brissett on to get us over for the quarterback that we draft, and this way you're not investing a lot of money
Yeah,
on somebody. I said Jackson. If Jackson comes in on a deal that is financially viable,
like
sure,
maybe 1 or 2 years.
right, 2 years.
Got to be a deal like that, because
Yeah,
if they put them back there, and honestly, people gotta understand something. No matter who they put back there, if they don't got a O line to protect them and the defense to complement the offense, the team ain't going nowhere.
right.
We're going to see more of the same, where we missed the playoffs by like 3 or 4 games, and we've been seeing that already. We're lucky to get to see Carr play in the playoffs, where they finally made the playoffs again, where this time he's healthy, and they did that with an interim coach. Can we, for once, make the playoffs with a regular head coach, not where somebody came in half the season? I mean, that happened because of the Gruden situation. I don't want to get into that, because that's a totally different, topic. He's going to court, and I hope the league, they pay, or he wins and gets what he has coming to him. That was pretty, I got to watch my words because I'm Roku, but you know what they did to us? They gave it to us real good up the rear.
Right.
I had all my friends that night when it was a Monday Night Football game saying, "Hey, did you hear about your coach?" And I'm looking, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, here it comes, and everything went kind of downhill after that. But that's the team he put together, that Basati continued coaching, that made the playoffs. That's what Gruden envisioned with that team right there. It just, we get to the playoffs, we don't have the coach that started the season. They did everything they could to do what they could do to our franchise. And I was watching that damn Rams game again, where he was being held on every play, man. And see, this is why, and we all have our own beliefs. We believe what we want to believe. Like, I believe the games are fixed. You guys don't. You think there's too many people involved. I thought myself the other day, I was riding my bike. If this country can fix an election, how hard is it to fix a football game? I saw the Rams game. All you got to do,
Hey.
all you got to do, though,
Ruben.
you let a couple plays go here and there.
Ruben.
They won, though.
No more political shit.
No, I know, but I'm saying they won, though. If Crosby gets to the quarterback, he doesn't look like a hero. He gets his ass sacked, like when they sandwiched him. But then here you come, what's his name? I forgot the guy's name. He comes and he slaps the ball out of his hand.
That's Jerry Tillery.
Yeah, you go. And you said it too. You go, they called the wrong penalty. It was 5 yards.
It was the wrong penalty.
Yeah, it was 5 yards.
Yeah.
And then they leave him in the game. The coach should have yanked his butt out. And, what are you doing? You don't do that. You hurt your football team. Yeah, I know he's frustrated or pissed off. They want to try to stop the drive. But you don't slap the ball out of his hand and then expect not to get a penalty. They're helping them, down the field as much as they could. So when they sandwiched Baker, I was like, good, they got him, But then here comes the penalty, and it makes you want to pull your hair out. I was like pissed. And then, 2 plays later, he makes the touchdown.
Where Crosby is held the entire drive.
Yeah. And what's his name? What's that guy that has that one show? I forgot. I put the video up because I videoed it off of what was it, Instagram? I forgot, the Raider Room. That guy Blake. I can't remember the dude's name. He's the broadcaster. That he was talking about. When I find the video, I'll send it to you. But he was talking about how he was comparing WWE, what they were doing to Crosby, how he got molested, how he was being held at every damn play down the field, And he went off on a tangent, and he goes, "I'm sorry." He goes, "I got too much skin invested in this game." He started apologizing because of the way he was going on, but it was understandable. I mean, Even the Rams fans, I got some of my friends who were saying, yeah, they held his ass. They didn't care. They won. That's all that mattered to them.
And then the very next week, the Rams looked like crap. The very next week, the Rams looked like crap and went back to the ways of what
because you got two factors going on. What was it? Wasn't it a Monday Night Football game?
Yeah, it was a Monday night game.
It was a Monday Night Football game. We're playing in their stadium.
No. I'm sorry. It was a Thursday night game.
Yeah, okay. It was a Thursday night. But yeah, it was a primetime game. So it was Thursday night. We're playing in their stadium, and we ain't never won in that stadium. If you go look back since they got in that stadium. And we're winning by only 6 points. How convenient, huh? They make a touchdown, extra point, they got the lead. We stay on 16 like forever. We can't even get in a field goal range to make 3 to make it 19-10. So they make it real dramatic. They get down the field. They get the first drive, the first touchdown, and here they come. Here comes the show. How much time was up? Under a minute?
Also, remember, Carr threw an interception that would have given us 3 points.
Yeah. And it was like what? He had like 35 seconds, I think, on that last play when he threw that bomb. And what do you know? Our corner would fall short, and the guy catches the ball. He puts it right a couple inches above his fingertips. Makes it look spectacular. He's all jumping up and down. He's the hero of the game. And like you said, come next week, he looks like garbage because we know Baker ain't that good. But he looked.
That's one other quarterback I don't want.
He looked like he was winning the Super Bowl in that game, though, on that pass.
Of course, you can look that way if you held Crosby the entire time.
Yeah, and on that play,
give me your best point out the door because I got Raphael and I need to come in as well.
Well, they should keep the quarterback they got unless they got somebody else they can replace him with. You get Lamar Jackson, fine. You give him no more than a 2-year deal to start to see what he can do. Whatever guarantee money they got to give him, they can't give him all the bags because you better go get somebody on defense. Us fans, we're tired of seeing our safety or corners getting burned. No pass rusher. There was a couple pass rushers, I think, from some of the leagues, some of the teams they released. Yeah. I think Kansas City's one, a couple other ones. Crosby, he needs help. We need to put some guys on defense that will go after the quarterback. We do definitely need a corner. I don't know about a middle linebacker. Safety's always good to have. But they need to build that defense. And at the same time, you got to have an offensive line. Doesn't matter who we put back there. These guys got to know this, man. Z-Boy and McDummy, they better come on. If he didn't learn nothing in New England all those years, then I don't know what to tell us because look what he did with the Colts. I went back and looked at that. He got everybody to sign, and then he pulled the rug out from underneath them. Now he's with us. Okay. So as much as I might like him, I want us to still win. Captain, I want us to still win. I don't want us to not lose. I don't have to like the coach, but I want us to win. Damn it,
Okay. And I'm gonna get Raphael in here.
Who do you think we're gonna get at quarterback besides who we have right now?
I don't know, but I'm willing to find out.
Who would you like to see the quarterback?
Ruben, what have I been saying the last couple of weeks? Who do I want at quarterback? Who do I want at quarterback? Have you been paying attention to what I've been saying?
No, I haven't saw the last couple of shows. I've been busy dealing with mom.
The last couple of weeks. Jacoby Brissett is my bridge quarterback.
Okay.
That's my bridge quarterback.
Brissett,
and signed Jarrett Stidham to be his backup. And I've been saying that. I've been saying that. Jacoby Brissett and Jarrett Stidham, and then go get a quarterback this year that you're going to groom.
Yeah.
And if you really suck, then maybe you go all in on Caleb Williams.
First round, your first pick in the draft. You go offense or defense, your first pick?
Defense.
Defense?
Defense.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go after that kid right away, but you never know. And then you can always trade for him later or trade up or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, in the draft, okay, there's 7 rounds. Are we in every round? Because I didn't look at that.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7.
So we got what, 12 picks?
Something like that.
Man, they better get somebody with those 12 picks. I'm tired of these guys getting all these picks, and then there was only like one guy left on the roster the next couple years to come.
Yeah, we'll see. And yeah, Matt's with me as well. I'm Jacoby Brissett, and so he's been paying attention to who I wanted the quarterback.
Yeah, I remember he said Brissett.
Okay, Rube, I'm gonna get Raphael in here because we're almost at the end, and I appreciate you coming.
Captain, I wanted to show everybody that.
I appreciate that I didn't have to over talk with you tonight. Like, and I don't like to scream. It raises my blood pressure.
Yeah, you see the poster in the back? That's the old
Yeah.
school helmet with the Buccaneers.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, I got that a long time ago. You can't even find that anymore. It's rare.
Like I said, it's the original.
There's no logos before they started changing all of them.
Yep.
I think I have it saved on my favorites on YouTube. I think I sent it to you, so you can look at the history of the different logos changing over the years.
Yeah, but see that's not the original Patriots logo though.
That's not the original picture one. I got another one, but the Buccaneer. You see the Buccaneer one?
Yeah. That's original Bucks.
Yeah.
That's not quite original Broncos, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's second iteration of Broncos because
the original. So they used to have a D with a horse coming out of it. The Bronco.
Yeah, no, the original Bronco was the guy riding the Bronco on.
Oh yeah. That was before they changed it with the D.
Yeah, but that was the second iteration.
So. See, and this right here, I want another one of these. Where I could add a ring to it. To the tickets.
Okay.
Those are replicas right there. I got Otis McKinney to sign that.
Yep.
He signed the football too. The only guy I haven't got to sign the football yet from the Super Bowl teams, 15 and 18. I went to see and met Marcus Allen and Tim Brown. But I didn't take my football with me to get him to sign it. And I used to have this rookie card. And he looked at me and goes, "Oh man," he goes, "how come you didn't bring it?" I didn't know I was gonna have anything signed.
Yeah. Hey, and I got to get you out. It's like Captain trying to get Ruben out of the show is hard. Okay. Jack Kenna said the same thing. Bye, Ruben. John Leon said bye. It's Ruben. I'll see you later, partner. That's Ruben. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm trying to be, and I try to be a gracious host because I don't like to yell at Ruben. I don't. Lance Dominguez, thanks for coming in. Lance is my Packers fan. Lance, are you guys going to re-sign? Are you going to re-sign him? I don't think so. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is. I think Aaron Rodgers is he's a Jet. When you're a Jet all the way from your first cigarette to your last Saturday. It's West Side Story. I'm sorry. I saw it the other night, too. We're going to bring in my buddy, Rafael Chacin Montillo. Yelling at Ruben is like PB&J. Oh, I do need a gong. That's what, yeah. You need a gong. that, you know what? I should get a gong. And I did have the timers before when I had like the 5 minutes. And I want to have more people come in. And this way we can do the 5-minute timer thing. But I can. I will when I need to. If more people come in, it'll be a 5-minute timer again. You need to give as much time as I need, though. Oh, Jack Kenna. Yeah, well, normally Jack Kenna has problems with his phone. It's always on empty. Okay, now we're bringing in Raphael. Raphael, how you doing, partner? Good to hear you. What's going on with you?
I'm very good. And right now, speaking about the World Baseball Classic, right now Japan, Australia, and Netherlands, they just won the first week at the World Baseball Classic. Now, Shohei Ohtani just allowed 1 hit in 4 innings because he was struck out of the 5 wheelers the winning pitcher on Thursday, which is today. Also, he was the right out for the left field, as well as correct out for the 2 in the Tokyo Dome. Besides Ohtani, the famed favorite was Lars Nootbaar from the St. Louis Cardinals, who had made a stretching catch to the center and laid off for the first pitch, and they saw a single at the first one. And of course, I just sort of saw that Australia just beat South Korea 8-7, Netherlands 3 to Panama 1, which is Netherlands became 2-0, which is very important. And during 10 innings, Italy just struck to the selection of Cuba, which is for 3. And I was excited about it because the most important thing that we all love to watch is between Venezuela versus Dominican Republic, and of course for this Sunday is going to be Venezuela versus Puerto Rico. And I think that the team United States got a lot of things. They got a good roster to well to against United Kingdom, which is very incredible. And they have like a little formation, and perhaps they got a lot of energetic. And to see whether they got the smattery, the taking of a nose for the first workout to the preparation. I think the Team USA would have the bring the energy and all these awesome players to win against the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I had to show that. That's
Yeah.
I gotta love Ruben, but like I said, dude, when I say goodbye, you gotta give goodbye. Now, and we're gonna go back to what you said the other night. You said that you had the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, the United States, and was it Puerto Rico? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Puerto Rico. Yes.
Okay. So I got all of the guys that so I didn't screw that up, right? Okay.
No, you didn't screw it up. You didn't screw it up.
Okay. Good.
Hmm.
Now, of those four teams, what are their records right now? Has any of them played?
For the plate, yes. For me, for the records, I will say that the Puerto Rico is gonna have a
No, no,
like
no,
10
no, no.
wins.
I'm sorry, Raphael. Have those teams played already? Like, has the
Well, they're gonna
United States
play
played?
in.
Like,
For
what
the
are their
United States, they're gonna play tomorrow. They're gonna play
okay?
tomorrow, and right now for the Pool D, which is gonna play on Saturday.
Okay, so they haven't played yet.
They didn't have a play yet, so they have it like in the matches between. So they got in the matches on Friday, which is Korea, but right now they have to see to Great Britain versus USA is gonna be on Saturday, and it's gonna be at 9 p.m. And from Dominican Republic versus Venezuela is gonna be at 7 p.m. And
Yeah,
they got it, and they got it,
and-
and they got the opening pictures. For
right.
Dominican Republic, they got Alcantara.
When is
Uh-huh.
the DR playing Venezuela? Is that on? Is that being broadcast?
Oh yes, it's gonna be a broadcast. Yes.
Okay, what channels? I'll actually try to watch that game.
This is
You
gonna
said
be
on
F
Saturday, right?
FS1. Yes, on Saturday. On Saturday, it's
Oh,
gonna be on
FS1.
FS1. Yes.
Okay, good. Then if I'm not doing anything on Saturday, I'll put on that game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll put on that game. But again,
And
now
of course,
I got going on now. I got to ask you this as well, Raphael. And this
yes.
would be your questions pretty much. So I want to hear. Did you pay attention to the combine? Like was there anybody that impressed you at the combine that you think is just going to be, or is there somebody that impressed you that not a lot of people are talking about? That's a Raphael, what do you call it? Like a going to be a star, and that you don't think got enough credit, or what did he do at the combine to impress you?
Someone that had to be like the underrated, but I think this guy any position about it, so I would say that the West the better to do it, because there's like a workout for like each position. I mean, there's a quarterback named Clayton Tune from Houston. I mean, there's no question that Anthony Richardson had like an amazing performance, but by many measures, it was like one of the best performer ever for put it like at the quarterback. But beyond him, some others in a way that like athletes as well as consideration, because he did like an excellent job on this record. Where it's like 4 seconds, 40 yards, the dash look compared to Richardson. It's well known to have to big athletes such as Jalen Hurts, Cam Newton. They had the place they have for Andrew Luck, Tim Tebow. I mean, he's remarkably impressive, and he had the best agility trips to anyone, so they can put like given the closest relationship that they have with the quarterback performance and then the work at the show, so that it's probably gonna be like anything important. And there is another player which is from Southern Mississippi, a wide receiver called Jason Brownlee. So it's very difficult to have enough superlatives to praise like a player who run this 40 yards dash. Like big receivers have like benefit to more explosion scores. So they do like for Wilton 40 vertical helps the case. But behind that, Jason Brownlee, that was a landed receiver who needs like to the win for the jumping drills. And so it like did terribly with a plump. And I think for a big receiver, that's where they go to see like the speed and of course it's difficult to ignore to what to do for with him, but Brownlee deserves a lot of credit. I mean, there's a two players that really deserve a lot of credit at the combine.
Okay. Now you were talking about, I think it's Tooney out of what was he out of Houston, right?
Yes, the first it was a quarterback from Houston, and another one is for a wide receiver from southern Mississippi.
Okay. And what's his name?
His name is the first one for the quarterback for Houston. It was Clayton Tune, and the second one
I
is
got Tooney.
Jason
Who's the wide receiver?
Jason Brownlee.
Rumley.
Jason
Okay.
Brownlee.
He's got the measurables, right? I'll have to look him up. To see if what we got with him there, because that would be something good that because the Raiders need a receiver, not necessarily high up on their list, but now he said that he had the good measurables. Maybe does it say what round they think he's going to go to? Is he like a third round pick, fourth round pick? What did the pundits say that he's going to go to?
I think it's gonna be like in the third round pick. It's gonna be on the third round pick. Yes.
Okay. Well, again, Sunday, come in for the show Sunday. Give me some more information if you could. I appreciate it on the World Baseball Classic and who's winning, who's like the top two teams in each of the divisions. And we'll see what, like I said, how things are going as far as what you think, how they're going to pan out when it comes to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
Thanks again, Raphael. And again, make sure that you are watching Raphael's channel. Raphael has his channel. Make sure he pops in on the chatter. Go over and support my man Raphael Montillo. Gracias, amigo. Cuídate, siempre bendiciones. Siempre.
Okay. Thank you. Gracias and salute.
Salute to you as well. That's my boy, Raphael Chassin. We're at 150. Jack Ken has given me all these bad memories. Ruben's still talking. He probably is. And Darius Hayward Bay. That was the same draft that the guy that we got eventually, number 15, the guy that out of Texas Tech, Hayward Bay was drafted in front of him, and the guy from Crabtree was the guy. Send the link for up. Raphael, make sure you put your link up. Let's see, private. Did we got the no. Raphael, put your link up so people can hit you up on your channel to support Raphael Justin Montillo. But Crabtree, and we ended up getting Crabtree later, and we ended up getting when we got Napoleon Kaufman, we ended up getting the other running back that went to the Giants. We ended up getting him later on. Anyway, I was Tyrone Wheatley. Underwear Olympics is only to confirm the tape and to make sure injuries are shown. Yeah. It is the Underwear Olympics. But it is what it is. I almost went, if I wasn't, Knapp was the second round pick. I almost went to if I wasn't at my present job, I was probably going to go to the combine. Maybe next year I'll go to the combine. If things are different, I'll be able to go to the combine. I'll be able to go to some of these different things and report on them, because that's what I'd love to do, is to report on those things. but can't do it right now because I got my job, and my job is to take care of my expenditures. But I'm here, and I appreciate being here, and I appreciate you. I'm not sure how many people we had watch tonight, and I like the fact that we're talking about that. I mean, I ended up starting talking about Mandolorian, right? I saw the first episode, and then I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get ready for my show. Pardon me, excuse me. So I wasn't able to see the second episode. I want to watch Picard too. And remember the last thing I was talking to you about your banks. Make sure you watch your bank statements. Hopefully, Paramount will send me back the extra money that they juiced me. It was over $100. And people are already saying that, Ruben's already saying that McDummy, a.k.a. McDaniels, has repeated what he did in Denver. Not really, because he got rid of Cutler immediately. You let Carr at least play a year, right? Yeah, I know. I know, Jack. Trust me, that's one reason why I'm still working. The reason why I'm still working is because I got a big ass truck payment. But that's what keeps me going. Up until I think the time when, I don't know, when let's see, we went from Roselle to Tagliabue to the a-hole that's our commissioner now. What's his name? It was Pete Roselle and Paul Tagliabue, and then this schmuck. And I hate him so much I forget his name. I think that's a good thing. I don't remember his name. Up until the time that the New York NFL office, Goodell, thank you there, Desert. Thank you. Oh, by the way, the people, I still need to get a hold of the people that won the prizes from the Super Bowl. And because I got prizes from the Super Bowl that I need to give to those people. I said I got a hold of, and hopefully we'll hear from Darren for his $25 gift certificate because he's a Chiefs fan. But the other folks that won the prizes, and I need to hear from them because I owe them things. I want to make sure that I get them. So if you hear from that person, I can't remember who it is at this point. I'll have to go back, and I got it written down. It's over here somewhere. But tell them, hey, Captain needs your address so we can send you the prizes. So I can't send prizes if I don't have an address, right? And there are things that are coming. Goodell got rid of McDaniel. So I got rid of Cutler for Tebow. Not getting rid of Carr for who? We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, honestly, are the Raiders going to make the playoffs this year? I don't think so. Not based upon what I see. But you need a good transition year. You need a good transition year. And then you get the quarterback that will take you somewhere. We'll see what happens on that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate that. Now, okay, well, we'll see, Ruben. We'll see what happens. Sunday night, it's Ask Captain Jack. Make sure you're in on that. The show that was on last night will be running on Roku tomorrow night. I heard it was a great show. Like I said, I was not feeling well, so I didn't get a chance to do the Wild Wild West yesterday, but that is running on Roku tomorrow night on Friday. Hopefully I'll get a chance to watch it. But the guys been down saying that a great show, and I'm sure it was, because hey, why not? Wild Wild West is always a good show. Been saying next year all in for Caleb Williams. Well, maybe that's what it is, but I tell you what, you better suck really bad to get Caleb Williams. You better suck really bad for Caleb Williams, because you're going to need the number 1 pick. Trade the number 7 for more. Okay, yeah, but you're going to have to trade it for who? You're going to need a pick. You need picks. I'll trade down for number 7, but you better get some picks. This year, Jack, this year. Not next year, this year. Anyway, I'm saying that. We'll see you Sunday night for Ask Captain Jack. Thanks again. Like, share, put this out everywhere. Like, share, put it out. And we'll see you on Sunday night. Take care, everybody.